world of movie melee. I am your host, Kaleb Koho, and tonight the team's titles are on the line. Judgement City back in the ring for their potential first defense as they go up against the tournament winners back to Formula, Jake and Mark. It's going to be a good one. Joining me on the desk is the best Canadian, Dylan Van Thine. How you doing, Dylan?
I'm doing good. Yeah, this is a very, very exciting matchup. Not only is the title on the line, but also I think potentially Rookie of the Year team is on the line. I think these are by far the two front runners for that. And I think whoever wins today has a very good shot of taking that. Back to Formula obviously just came off of winning the team's championship, the team's tournament to get here. And Judgement City just fresh off of a fantastic performance, taking out one of the best teams of all time in Ginyu Force, and they're undefeated. So it should be a great match. I'm really excited.
Absolutely. And to even add to that, a lot of history between the players tonight. Three players very familiar with each other. Boatman, Jeremy, Jake, a little triangle from back in the day, taking each other on teams. And joining today, Mark Menchaca, making it to his first title appearance here in Melee. So a lot of familiar faces in a big stakes situation. So we'll go ahead and we'll bring in our competitors, starting with Back to Formula, Jake Marangoni, Mark Menchaca, their manager, Scott Harvey. You guys were able to make it through the tournament. A lot of close games, a lot of tight games. But here you are, and you're taking on two people that you know pretty well, that you're pretty familiar with. How are you feeling?
I will say that I came back to playing Melee because I wanted to play with Mark, and I thought it was a travesty that this man has never made it to a title shot. We won the tournament, and we're now in a title shot. And I just feel like that's a great feeling and a great victory in and of itself, especially for Mark, who's been playing this league for 3.5 years, close to, and the fact that we get to play here is awesome. Like I love playing with Mark, and we've made it to a title shot. It's great. We've got Scott in our corner. I've played Boat and Jeremy too many times to count. But I'm just happy that we get to play in a title shot. I thought I was done after 2021, so it's cool that we have gone back to this point.
Mark, just ready to get going, man.
Yeah, we're excited to be here. Excited for Mark in his first Melee title match above all. And look, we're under no false impressions of who we're going up against here. This is the 95-96 Chicago Bulls, but you know what? They lost 10 games. So maybe one of those 10 games is going to be tonight. I think there is something to be said for a team that has come in fresh off of winning a bunch of tournament matches in a row, going through a real gauntlet, versus a team that, I don't know when the recording was, but it may have been fairly recently for their last title match, but maybe isn't quite as fresh. So I think that's always an interesting contrast to see. I think it benefits us in tonight's match. And I'm just excited to sit back and relax and hopefully, I'm sure, have a very calm, challenge-free match over 5 rounds.
Sure. Well, we'll say goodbye to you, Scott, for now. We'll bring in the champions, Kaleb, Lobo, Boatman, Jeremy, the Adam Adams manager, Cameron Holtzman, Judgement City. You are here tonight for your first defense. You made some history taking out Ginyu Force, and now you are on another round. So, how do you feel about your teammate that you're playing tonight? How are you feeling about the match as a whole?
Somebody talk.
I'm very excited to be here. It's been a long time since I've been able to do a title defense, and it just feels good being with Kaleb Boatman. No one better in the world to have as a partner in these high stakes situations, and it's been an awesome year. I think that our chemistry's really been kicking into place, and these are always stressful. You never know how the luck's going to go, but it just feels great to be here, and always feel good having Kaleb there as backup and having an awesome faction with somebody like Cameron, who is a genius as well, doing the challenges to try to be there in our corner as well. Everything feels right, but I know what a tough team we're playing. These guys are on fire right now, so you never know.
I think Jeremy basically summed it up.
Yeah, we do not take Jake and Mark lightly. They know what they're doing, but Boat and Jeremy were able to take the title for a reason. They've both been able to hold the singles belts for a reason, and we're going to keep proving that today.
I don't take anything lightly. I don't have upper body strength.
Appreciate it. All right, so let's say goodbye to Cameron. We'll get into round number 1, which works like this. You are each going to be answering 8 questions from 8 different areas within the realm of general movie trivia. Should you get all 8 questions correct, you'll be issued a bonus question. You have 4 repeats for the entirety of the match and a challenge rule. Any questions? We get into round number 1. All right, then your first question will come in the category of action adventure. Who plays Jake's daughter Kiri in Avatar: The Way of Water?
I like this movie.
Was a vibe.
Yeah. A lot of people hate these movies.
I personally believe water should have a boulevard, not a way.
Really?
Yeah. Strong takes here.
Wow.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, and we'll start with Jeremy.
Sigourney Weaver.
We'll go to Jake.
Sigourney Weaver.
We'll go to Boat.
I thought I was terribly wrong. I said Sigourney Weaver.
And Mark.
So was I. I think Sigourney Weaver.
Sigourney Weaver is correct for the clean sweep. 2-2 as we get to the second question from Dylan.
We'll come in the category of the 1990s. What city is The Age of Innocence set in?
I personally think innocence should not have an age. It should have an era.
Okay.
We're just gonna keep this big on.
Another hot take. Wow.
Not to get political on the show. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ben's down. We'll go to Jake.
I said New York City.
We'll go to Bo.
What happened?
New York City. Maybe I'm on lag, but New York City. It looked like he wrote after pens down, but maybe I'm on lag.
That's why I said London.
And Jeremy.
New York City.
New York City or New York, either would have been correct.
Can I get Cam in?
Sure.
From my perspective, he was fine.
Okay,
So,
then I'm just on.
I get it, but yeah, it's
Okay, that's fine then. My apologies, Jake. I'm on a lag on
That's
that.
fine.
Okay. So 4-3, Judgment City's favor as we get to your third question in the category of horror. In The Shining, after Wendy knocks Jack unconscious, where does she lock him away? See, I don't have a rule of 3 to pay this one off in any meaningful way.
Yeah.
It's a bummer. Sometimes the questions,
You like Wendy's?
honestly, no, not really.
Me neither. I haven't been there in a long time.
It's not my thing. I don't know. It's never really been my chain.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Boat.
A freezer.
We'll go to Mark.
I said the pantry.
We will go to Jeremy.
Walk-in freezer.
We'll go to Jake.
I said kitchen pantry.
Kitchen/pantry is correct. I believe we could take all 4 answers.
Yes.
All right. So it is 6-5 in Judge's favor. Moving into your next question from Dylan.
Which will come in the category of scores and soundtracks. The Other Side, I Fall to Pieces, and Barracuda are songs that appear in what 2020's musical?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm ready for 2020s to be a thing we use. My brain's still processing.
It's true.
It's a thing.
This is already an intense match.
Anyway.
Not to allude to things that may or may not have been edited out.
Can't confirm as the editor. It's not here. And I'm ready to sit here with 5 hours on a computer and a bottle of scotch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We will go to Mark.
Said Trolls World Tour.
We'll go to Jeremy.
I don't know. I said Pitch Perfect 3.
We'll go to Jake.
I said In the Heights.
We'll go to Bo.
Trolls World Tour.
Trolls World Tour is correct.
Nice.
So 7-6. As we move on to your next question in the category of crime. Which 60s crime film is about a chauffeur's son being kidnapped and his boss negotiating the ransom?
I will say we appreciate the work you do on the editing team.
I appreciate it.
Because I'm too lazy to do that shit.
I am also too lazy to do that shit. So
Oh,
I am contractually obligated to
yeah.
come out of retirement to edit again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We will go back to Jeremy.
High and low.
We'll go to Jake.
Shout out the beautiful friend that is Poyama. High and low.
We'll go to Boat.
High and low.
And we'll go to Mark.
I did not have high.
All right, Judgment City leads 9-7 as we get to the sixth question. In what category, Dylan?
It will be in the category of drama. What profession does Alphonse have in 1973's Day for Night? This is a fantastic film.
This is a confusing title.
Really?
Does it make any sense? Two different things happening. I mean, doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
Aaron.
I agree.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We will go to Jake.
I said film director.
I will go to Boat.
Director.
I will go to Mark.
Way the fuck up. I said Butler.
And Jeremy.
Film director.
Film director. Acceptable answers. Correct. So 11-8 as we get to your penultimate question in the category of actors and actresses. What literary character has been played by Anthony Hopkins, Laurence Olivier, and Mel Brooks?
You a fan of literature?
I was in my youths, but I don't read as much as I would like anymore. Too many hours dedicated to work. What about you? 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Boat.
I said Van Helsing?
We'll go to Mark.
That's not right. I said William Shakespeare.
We'll go to Jeremy.
Dr. Van Helsing.
We'll go to Jake.
Van Helsing.
Van Helsing is correct. So it makes it 13-2.
What movie did Olivier play him? Just out of curiosity.
The movie
79 Dracula.
Oh, fair enough.
Dracula Dead, loving it. All right, so we'll move on to the final question. If Boat hits this, I believe Boat has a perfect round. Dylan, was the question?
Question will come in the category of the 2000s. James Caan, Alan Arkin, and Terrence Stamp have supporting roles in what 2000s action comedy?
Would you ever feel like you would be able to live to the phrase dead and loving it?
Yes.
I don't think I could.
That's how I describe my emotional state at all times. Very conflicted.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Mark.
No idea. I said the score.
We'll go to Jeremy.
I didn't have it.
We will go to Jake.
I don't know. Are you thinking, holy shit, a swordfish almost impaled me? If so, yes. Get smart.
And we'll go to Boat.
Get smart.
Get smart is correct. So with that, Boat has a perfect round, and this bonus question is to you and only you. Your question is: Star Wars Episode 3: Revenge of the Sith, World War Z, and Hot Tub Time Machine all feature what happening to a character? Four, 3, 2, 1.
Die giving childbirth.
That is incorrect. We're looking for losing an arm. No dying in childbirth. Keep up with Hot Tub Time Machine. The score is 14-10 in favor of Judgment City as we move into round number 2, which is the Lovely Wheel round, and it works like this. You are each going to get a chance to spin from the Lovely Wheel from wheelside.com. If you like the category to land on, you are going to get 5 questions worth 2 points apiece. You can opt to multiple choice, but it devalues it down to being only worth 1. You can spin again if you don't like what you land on the first time. If you're stuck with it, every land on the second. There is stealing in this round. We have your categories on the wheel tonight. There's no spinners in the bonus choice elected by the champs. Pre-2010 English language original screenplay nominees: Jason Statham, action adventure, classics, sci-fi fantasy, fandom Disney animation, post-1970 French language horror, 1970s sports, and 1980s. Judgment City, you are in the lead. We'll bring in your manager, Cameron Holton. Would you like to go first or defer to back to formula?
Second.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, so we'll take out Mr. Holtzman, and we will bring in Scott Harvey Esquire for back to formula's first spin at the wheel.
Good round, guys.
It wins on the 1970s. Would you like to keep it or spin again?
I think you could probably take another shot.
It's one of those middle categories. I'm okay spinning again.
Yeah, we need to
Whatever
make up
happens.
some ground. I think we can take the risk.
Yeah, that's been a good.
Let's see what happens.
All right, we'll start with everyone on the spin. We'll be getting questions in the category of classics.
Multiple choices there.
We know what we're not getting in round 4.
Got in the back. I'll go ahead and give back to formula the questions in the category of classics. Are you guys ready?
Go.
All right. Then first question. What is Sam Spade's deceased partner's name in the Maltese Falcon?
It's been forever since I've seen it. So
I've never seen it. I'm cool going multiple.
Yeah.
Multiple choice, please.
All right, your multiple choice options are A, Johnny King, B, Miles Archer, C, Thomas Knight, or D, Rick Lance.
Any of those jumping out?
the second one, maybe a little
Thomas
bit.
Archer. B?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can't think of anything else.
Yeah. B, final answer.
That is correct. 1 point.
Nice.
Your second question. What Oscar-nominated actress plays the titular bride in The Bride of Frankenstein?
Elsa. Oh, shit. Is it Elsa Lanchester? Is that her name?
I'm not sure.
Are you sure she's an Oscar winner? Elsa Lanchester. Yeah.
Are you sure that's her name?
I'm pretty sure.
If you're not sure, we can check down multiple choice. It's fine.
4, 3, 2.
Elsa Lanchester, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points.
Hold on. Can I hear the wording of the question, please?
The question again is, what Oscar-nominated actress plays the titular bride in The Bride of Frankenstein?
Never mind. I thought
Thank you.
you said Oscar winning.
In the category of classics. What college did the characters attend in Rope?
Oh, they're British, so it's
be
either
like-
Cambridge or Oxford. And the fact I've just said the two, I'm going to say we should probably go multiple.
I'm not 100% sure. Yeah. So let's just go multiple choice.
Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are A, Princeton, B, Yale, C, Oxford, or D, Harvard.
Okay, so Cambridge's not there.
Can we get both
Shit, I
rounds
was
back
completely
up?
forgetting about. Sorry, I was just completely forgetting about the other two. Yale. I mean, they are lawyer. Lawyer. That does add an interesting aspect.
They
to
did
it.
say Oxford. Like, I don't know. Like, if that's.
Let's.
Want to repeat the options?
Yeah.
Yeah, repeat the options.
Your options again are A, Princeton, B, Yale, C, Oxford, or D, Harvard.
Maybe
So
they're.
if you're sure it's like it's not in America, like Oxford is the only one that's not an American.
Okay, let's say Oxford then. Oxford, final answer.
That is incorrect. Judge would say the chance of the 1 point steal. Your options are A, Princeton, B, Yale, C, Oxford, or D, Harvard.
Do you remember which one it is, Jeremy?
I pretty sure it's Yale or Harvard. I'm kind of leaning Yale.
I was leaning either Yale or Princeton, so let's meet in the middle and say Yale.
All right. Yale, final answer.
Final answer.
That is also incorrect. We're looking for Harvard.
Dang it.
Oh, sorry, Jeremy.
Should have known it was the obvious one. That's all right.
All right, back to formula. Your penultimate question in the category of classics. Alexander's Ragtime Band is set in what Western U.S. city?
So this is the first time I've ever heard this movie. Interesting. Let's.
Sorry,
I
I
know.
both hands on that.
I keep doing that. That's a bad
Sorry.
habit. Western city, so American city, ideally.
I have no idea. Like, have you even seen this movie?
No. And I likely sort of want to guess and just the 2 point steal, but I also just am worried they might just know it.
Let's just go
we'll
multiple. Let's go.
multiple choice, please.
Multiple choice options are A, Los Angeles, B, Las Vegas, C, Seattle, or D, San Francisco.
What was the name of the movie? Do you remember?
No, I honestly.
Vegas is a weird one. I like that. What do you reckon?
Ragtime, but sure, yeah.
Las Vegas, final answer.
That is incorrect. Judgment City, the chance for 1 point steal. Your options are A, Los Angeles, B, Las Vegas, C, Seattle, or D, San Francisco.
Do you know what, Jeremy? I don't.
It's got to be Los Angeles or San Francisco. What
All right.
feels better?
I mean, I don't know. Do you want to?
Why don't we take a shot and say San Francisco?
Okay, San Francisco, final answer.
San Francisco, yeah.
That is correct for 1 point.
Really?
And your final question back to Formula category classics. Tony Mineta operates what kind of business in 1959's A Hole in the Head?
Maybe also the same. Oh, know much about.
I'm not sure, man. Yeah.
A multiple choice, please.
Your options are A, hotel, B, bank, C, restaurant, or D, theater.
Hole in the wall. Or was it hole in the something?
No, hole in the head. But...
Hole in the head. A was jumping out at me.
We can use the options one more time. You don't think about it.
We can? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's hear them again.
Yeah, let's hear the options again.
All right, your options again are A, hotel, B, bank, C, restaurant, or D, theater.
I'm thinking theater. I don't, man.
A theater does sound actually more like I would think hole in the head. Let's get theater. Fuck it.
Theater, final answer.
That is incorrect. Judgment City, the chance for the 1 point steal. Your options are A, hotel, B, bank, C, restaurant, or D, theater.
It's a hotel, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Hotel.
Hotel, final answer.
That is correct for 1 point steal.
I should have stuck with my gun on that.
At the end of Back to Formula's turn, they get their score up to 13. The steals put Judgment City at 16, as we'll bring back the wheel and Mr. Holtzman for Judgment City spin at the wheel. The first spin is away. You land on the category of sports. Would you like to keep it or spin again?
I think we spin again,
We
right?
might as well spin again. Yeah.
I'm a
Jeremy?
little concerned about a couple other things, but
Well,
I was like, it is general, so it.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: do we want to take it while we can take it multiple choice it? That is the thing.
Yeah.
Is that's probably what they would give to us
yeah.
in
Plus,
round.
you guys are already in the lead here, so you can
Yeah.
multiple.
Honestly,
choice.
that might be the play. Is
that
to
might
just-
be.
I think
that
so,
might be a smart
because
idea.
There are a couple other things. If we don't know it, they're going to be able to steal. And
Yeah, you know what? Let's
You
just
know.
go for it. Let's just take the shot.
yeah.
Caleb Boatman is going to take sports alongside Jeremy. Adams.
All right.
Don't go.
I can do this.
Holtzman,
I can do
Phil,
this.
do you want to go ahead and give them the questions in the category of sports?
Sure. So your first question in the category of sports. 1956's The Harder They Fall is about what sport?
Boxing.
Boxing. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 points.
Good movie.
Your next question. What position does Nigel Gruff play in The Replacements?
Is that Risa Fawn's character?
I don't really know this movie. It's all you, Caleb. I'm sorry.
If it's Risa Fawn's, it's the kicker. I don't know that that's Risa Fawn's. But if
Wanna
it's
go
Risa
multiple just to cover.
okay, we'll go multiple.
Your options are A, wide receiver, B, cornerback, C, center, or D, kicker.
And just stick with kicker.
Yeah, kicker. Final answer.
That is correct for 1 point.
Should have gone for it. It's okay.
It's all right. It's all right.
Your next question. What team do the Cleveland Indians beat to win the division title in Major League Two?
Oh, Major League 2. I know this. I knew this at some point. I wrote a question about it. Is the first movie the Yankees?
I don't quite. I think the first movie might be the Yankees, but it could also be the second. I don't know.
Let's go multiple.
Multiple choice, please.
Your options are A, Minnesota Twins, B, Chicago White Sox, C, Boston Red Sox, or D, Toronto Blue Jays.
Do any of those pop out to you?
I'm thinking maybe Red Sox.
Okay. I have no clue. So if Red Sox does that sound familiar?
A little. Right.
Boston Red Sox, final answer.
That is incorrect. Back to formula for the 1 point steal. Is it A, Minnesota Twins, B, Chicago White Sox, C, Boston Red Sox, or D, Toronto Blue Jays?
It's the White Sox.
Ah,
You knew this one. I didn't. All right.
The
Go
White
for it.
Sox. Final answer.
That is also incorrect. We were looking for the Toronto Blue Jays.
I wouldn't have said that. I just know they played the White Sox in that movie.
Never would have guessed the Blue Jays in a million years.
So your next question. What publication brings attention to the Saturday game setting off the events of the film Mystery Alaska?
Do you have any idea? Because I do not.
no, let's go multiple.
I'm gonna be honest. My brain's weirdly thinking National Geographic. So if that's in the multiple choice options, let's
Yeah,
go.
maybe. Let's go multiple.
Multiple choice.
All right. Your options are A, New York Times, B, Sports Illustrated, C, Hockey World, or D, Dallas Post.
I think it might be as simple as Sports Illustrated.
Okay. Yeah, let's go for that.
All right. B, final answer?
That is correct for 1 point.
Yeah.
So your final question in this category. Oops. Sorry. Okay. What specifically did Drew do that caused his team to break up in Uncle Drew?
I do not know.
I haven't seen it. No.
I haven't seen it. I read the wiki summary of this a long time ago, but I do not.
Let's go multiple.
All right. So your options are A, missed the winning shot, B, started a fight with his teammate that cost them the game, C, he slept with a teammate's girlfriend, or D, he didn't show up to their big game.
Kind of thinking B.
That's what I was thinking too.
B stuck out. So let's go B, final answer.
That is incorrect. So formula your 1 point options again are A, missed the winning shot, B, started a fight with his teammate that cost them the game, C, he slept with a teammate's girlfriend, or D, he didn't show up to their big game.
Any idea?
I'm not 100% sure. I think it's C or A.
I was thinking C, just for whatever reason.
Like, it could be A. Like, that's super basic and that's it. But I think just C sounds more right. Let's go C, final answer.
That is correct for the 1 point steal.
All right, so at the end of round number 2, Judgment City gets their score up to 20. Back to formula, that steal is at 14. But Anthony happens to get round number 3, which is the deep cut round. And it works like this. We're each will be individually answering 4 questions from 2 movies each that you picked, 4 movies total. So there was no conferring. Each question worth 1 point individually from each player on the team. So your first film that you'll be getting a deep cut question from is Cosmopolis. And your question is, what unit of currency did Benno say that he used to love working on at Eric's company?
This movie is very pretentious. I quite like it.
I had a heart attack trying to say words.
It's fair.
30 seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1. Hands down, and we'll start with Jeremy.
The Bot.
I will go to Jake.
The Bot.
I will go to Boat.
I did not have it. I said the one. I got it mixed up.
I will go to Mark.
The Bot.
The Bot is correct. So we'll go to your next question from Dylan.
Yep. In the film Mary Poppins, what does the tape measure say that What does the tape measure say after Mary Poppins measures Michael?
This round,
Exact quote?
We need the exact wording, yes.
this round always makes me nervous. Just get that.
Yes.
5, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Jake.
Extremely stubborn and suspicious.
We will go to Boat.
Extremely stubborn and suspicious.
We'll go to Mark.
Extremely stubborn and suspicious.
And we will go to Jeremy.
I didn't have it.
All right. Extremely stubborn and suspicious is correct. So we'll go to your next question in the movie Tenet. Andrei Sator grew up in the town of Stalsk 12, which had a population of what?
This movie is very pretentious. I don't enjoy it.
He's really, I was like, does he? Yeah.
Not this time. It's not that pretentious. It's just
not today.
boring.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Boat.
10,000?
We'll go to Mark.
I said 100,000.
We'll go to Jeremy.
I don't know. I said 12.
We'll go to Jake.
I said 40,000.
All incorrect. Looking for 200,000. As we go to the last question of the round from Dylan.
Which will come in the film Hulk. And it's a long one, so strap in. After Ross tells Banner his lab has been declared a top secret military site, he says Banner won't be able to get a security clearance to get back into it or any other lab that's doing anything more interesting than trying to figure out the next generation of what specifically. That might be the new record of a 7-line question.
Yes, I believe it is. Also, the way it's formatted in our document, it just looks like one continuous run-on.
So I wasn't looking at the screen. Did they all finish before I even...
I'm not quite sure. I flipped back and forth with you.
Okay.
I waited so that, I didn't have to write as much.
No, I appreciate you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Mark.
Herbal hair gel.
Jeremy.
Herbal hair gel.
I'll go to Jake.
Herbal hair gel.
And Vote.
Herbal hair gel.
Herbal hair gel is correct. So coming out of the deep cut round, I have Judgement City with 24, back to formula up to 20. But anything can happen as we get into round number 4, which is the Revenge of the Wheel round. How this works is we will bring back the wheel. You're not really going to spin it or anything because your opponent are going to give you a category that's remaining off the wheel that's not their strength. Or you know what I'm saying. The categories that you can choose remaining right there being action adventure, sci-fi fantasy, 70s and 80s, or you can give them their own strength. That's a strategy. In the lead is Judgment City, so we'll bring in Mr. Holtzman.
Okay. So what?
In terms of what to give them, I think we want to give them 70s, right?
Yeah, 70s.
Either 70s or 80s. So yeah.
I would lean 70s just because 80s, there's a lot of more very popular blockbuster movies that could come up. 70s is going to be a bit more mixed.
All right.
Yeah, let's go 70s.
All right, so we'll go ahead and back to Bill, back to Kim, and back to formula. You'll be getting your questions in the category of the 1970s. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Reminder: there is no multiple choice in this round. Your first question: what is Lander's specific job in Black Sunday?
Specific job. I don't know. I was thinking priest.
That's specific. Maybe altar boy.
Altar boy. Yeah.
I mean, that's not really a
specific on
job.
priest boy?
It's not really a
Altar boy.
job.
I'll say priest then.
It's like monk. What about monk?
Monk. Final answer.
That is incorrect. We're looking for blimp pilot. Blimp pilot.
Wait the fuck off. Okay.
I was gonna say I have no idea.
Your second question: Who plays the farmer in Days of Heaven?
Isn't it Richard Gere?
You're sure?
Well, he's the lead of the movie, so I'm going to say it's him. It would be a very Malachi thing to not have character names like that. So, Richard Gere.
I'm not sure if he's the person.
Richard Gere. Final answer.
As incorrect. Looking for Sam Shepard. Sam Shepard. Your third question: the 1970s. What 70s sequel features a cast including Michael Caine, Sally Field, and Peter Boyle?
Sequel.
70s sequel.
Ooh.
I feel like is French Connection 2, is that thing?
Cannonball Run 2? Or is that Cannonball Run? Didn't they make that in the 70s?
I believe they did. Is that
Smoking
just
the
with
Bandit 2? No, Smoking the Bandit 2?
3, 2.
Smoking the Bandit, part 2, final answer.
Incorrect. Looking for Beyond the Poseidon Adventure.
Okay.
Your fourth question in the category of the 1970s. In what 70s film does Burt Reynolds play an aging Hollywood stuntman?
I'm thinking The Mechanic.
Aging Hollywood stuff. I don't know, man.
No, The Mechanic isn't Burt Reynolds, isn't it? Or is that what's his name? Charles Bronson. It probably is Charles Bronson, but like I can't think of anything else, so I just want to say The Mechanic.
I would just say, just
aging.
just say it.
Yeah, I have no idea. The Mechanic, final answer.
That is incorrect. We're looking for Hooper. And your final question in the 1970s. What is the specific profession of Salome Otterborn in Death on the Nile?
I've seen the Brana masterpiece, but I've not seen this one. We have all 4 repeats, so what is the profession?
Do you want to use it for one
I'll
of
just
these?
use 1 repeat just because we have 4.
Okay.
Let's repeat the question.
Yeah, just
First repeat. What is the specific profession of Salome Otterborn in Death on the Nile?
do you know what his profession is in the Brana version?
I don't even know who plays. So it's like I don't know if it's the painter or if it's anyone. What is it? I'm trying to think. I just want to say painter. I have no idea.
I think there's somebody who's a painter in there. I think that's mine.
3.
A painter. Final answer.
As incorrect for a romance novelist. So at the end of that turn formula stays at 20 as we'll bring back the wheel of options and Harvey for what you'd like to give to Judgment City.
Action adventure, right?
Yeah, I think that's what we discussed. I think that's still the plan.
Yeah.
I think it's still the best option. What's on?
Yeah. Action adventure.
All right, action adventure it is. Dylan, you want to go ahead and give them their questions in the category of action adventure?
Sure thing. So your first question in the category of action/adventure. Who directed 1972's The Getaway?
Sam Peckinpah, right?
Yeah. Sam Peckinpah, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. What song plays over the opening credits of A Knight's Tale as William Thatcher prepares for his first jousting match?
We Will Rock You, right?
Yeah, I think so.
We Will Rock You, final answer.
That is correct for another 2 points. Your next question. What organization does Michael's ex-girlfriend Amelia Roussel work for in The Hitman's Bodyguard?
CIA, FBI, IRS.
Just take a shot and say CIA. I don't know.
CIA, final answer.
That is incorrect. We were looking for Interpol.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your next question. Oliver Reed, Jonathan Pryce, and Sarah Polley all have supporting roles in what 80s adventure film?
I think that's got to be The Adventures of Baron Munchausen.
Okay, go for it.
That's the one I know Sarah Polley's in.
I have no idea.
The Adventures of Baron Munchausen, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points.
Heck yeah.
And so now we are in a situation where if Judgment City hits their next question, they will win by knockout.
No.
No?
Yes. No, you're right. I'm wrong. I can't. I looked at Roman numerals incorrect. You're correct.
Okay. Cool. So your question. Fitzcarraldo takes place primarily in what South American country?
Dang it. Where's the Amazon jungle? I know it's through a few of them.
Is Argentina part of the Amazon? Because I feel like they wouldn't say South American if the answer was Brazil.
Yeah, I don't think it's Brazil. Could be Venezuela.
We'll use a repeat because we got plenty. Repeat.
Repeat, yeah.
All right. That is your first repeat, I think. Fitzcarraldo takes place primarily in what South American country?
I've never seen this, so I have no clue whatsoever.
I could be totally wrong, but for some reason my mind is saying Venezuela.
We've gotten good enough lead. We just shoot for it. So, and if it's wrong, it's wrong. Venezuela, final answer.
That is incorrect. We're looking for Peru.
Okay.
Peru. Right.
We weren't anywhere in the ballpark anyway. So.
At the end of round number 4, Judgment City leads 30 to back to formulas 20, but Anthony Knapp is getting round number 5, which is the new and improved pick your poison round, and it works like this. Each team is going to draft themselves 4 categories from the board. Once the category has been taken, the opponent cannot take that category. Once you've each selected your 4 categories, you can choose what order you want to take them, 1, 2, 3, and 4, in what order and what category you want to associate them to. Since Judgment City, you are in the lead, you will get to choose your categories first. All right, back to formulas. Since you are behind, what category would you like to take and at what point value?
Okay, so let's just end this match. We're going to take the 4-pointer. You want to take in directors?
Let's just see if we can get it. Yeah.
Directors, or do you just want to? Well, okay, so here's the thing.
Let's just see if we can get
Direct
the 4 for directors. Like, let's just go 4-3 and 4, 3, 2, 1 if we get there. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, directors 4. Right. Your 4-pointer in the category of director. Who directed On the Town, Damn Yankees, and 1967's Bedazzled?
Okay, so that could be Ernest Lubitsch. That could be Howard Hawks. That could be Frank Capra. On the Town, that does sound very familiar to me. The one that was coming out to me was Ernest Lubitsch.
Okay. All right, think about it.
Let's
more.
repeat the question.
Yeah, repeat the question.
All right, that's your second repeat. Who directed On the Town, Damn Yankees, and 1967's Bedazzled?
You see, Damn Yankees don't think it's Capra, but it's like...
Which one of the ones you mentioned do you think it's probably most likely to be?
Capra, Lubitsch, Hawks, On the Town. Here's the thing. We should just waste all our repeats. Even if we do get to 10 points, they're going to win because they're going to hit the 1-pointer.
Fair
Repeat the question.
Yeah.
Third repeat. Who directed On the Town, Damn Yankees, and 1967's Bedazzled?
And I know, and I'm 80% confident if I'm wrong, one of the names I've said is the right answer.
It's probably
80%. There still could be 20% where I've just not said the person. On the Town. Ernest Lubitsch. He could direct On the Town. See, but Dad was making me think it's a Lubitsch.
Keep saying that. Let's just, say it, and then, let's just...
But before we say Ernest Lubitsch, there's 2 words I want to say. Or 3 words. Repeat the question.
Okay. Repeat. Who directed On the Town, Damn Yankees, and 1967's Bedazzled?
Let's say Ernest Lubitsch. Fuck it.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Let me just think about it. Let me think. So
Put your hand up, though,
we'll be pretty well as far as highlight ranks next season in the match. So we're gonna say Ernest Lubitsch, final answer.
And your winner by way of technical knockout and still movie melee teams champions, Judgment City. The answer you're looking for was Stanley Donen. Donen.
That's 20%.
Go ahead. We'll put players back in the back for just a second. What a match, Dylan. Thoughts on the match?
Yeah, great match. Just the deciding factor today, I think, was just the the round 4, which was where Judgment City was able to get this separation of 6 points. I think that was the biggest deciding factor. But back to formula, they still, I think, proved that they're a phenomenal team. Being able to stay close through all those rounds and make it very competitive, especially in the deep cut round. So, yeah, very solid performance from Judgment City and from back to formula. I think both teams have just had phenomenal years, and this was a good indication of it.
Absolutely. So we'll go ahead. We'll bring in our unfortunate second place finisher, saying back to formula. Bring in Jake, bring in Mark, and bring in Scott. A really strong performance through that deep cut round is where you guys just really mounted. Like, we kept that close, kept me on pins and needles. It just, like Dylan said, sort of was that swing there in round 4. How are you guys feeling about your performance today?
I felt really good after round 3. I don't know about you guys. I was like, okay, cool, we're catching up. And then round 4 happened. And yeah, that's not great. I didn't like that. Yeah. The least I say about round 4, the better. But I really enjoyed how well we were playing as far as the rest of the match, even with the terrible category that was classics.
Yeah, I think actually round 2 might have made the difference here, because that kind of ended up determining what came up in round 4. And I kind of think, you guys would have gotten classics round 4 if it hadn't come up. They would have gotten sports. They still would have hit a couple based on the sports questions.
We would have gotten one.
Would have gotten one. That's true. So I think the wheel was more the bigger deal here, because we got
the wheel favored
basically
one team over the other.
The last choice category that we would have wanted. So it was tough, but these guys did a great job maneuvering through that. They're going to be back in another title match soon enough, and the fact that they were able to take this to round 5 despite basically an opponent's choice. They spin anything else the next match, it's going to be close.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Good work.
Oh yeah, I'm here. That's right.
I told Mark and Scott, sorry not to cut you off again, Mark. But I told these two that we got to a title shot. That is the victory before this match. I told them that getting to a title shot was the victory, especially for Mark, who, for playing as long as he has, it's just crazy that he had never made it to a title shot. And my goal was to get him to that shot, and he fucking kicked ass in round 3. It shows why we really like working together and why we like playing together. Like, round 3 really showed us in our strengths, I would say. But Mark.
Yeah. I'll say this, round 1, I think, was probably closer than I thought I was going to be. I thought I was going to be more of a hindrance in that round than I was, and I wasn't as much. Yeah, still was weakest one there. But, I knew Trolls World Tour, it's like the first positive thing I've ever come in contact with Trolls World Tour. Yeah, we got our 2 worst categories on the wheel. Like, I would say, like, the 2 things, like, we definitely don't want, we got. I missed a tenant question. That still kind of pisses me off. But, they knew action adventure way more than I thought they would. So, I feel
it's
like
easy to know the director and guess of the country.
Pod directed the getaway, yeah.
Right.
Anyway, by the way, Jake, I have to call you out as a Cleveland Indians fan. You remembered Major League 2 too well actually, because they play the White Sox in the playoffs, but they play the Blue Jays first. So you were close, but anyway.
Well,
good job.
You guys had a solid performance. I think a better performance than maybe the score might totally indicate. Is there anyone you're hoping to play when you come back next season?
Can we play Spence and Jack? Because every team just calls them out. We can do that as well. We'll play whoever is low ranked in a tournament, maybe coming next year, or we play, because that's what happened to Bullets last year, so we might just have the same thing. Or we could play, a team that Mark is probably going to suggest.
I will say this, one thing I kind of hope, one sweet thing, if we did win today, we're probably going to play Ginyu Force. Yeah. I hate Payson. I don't like Payson. I never beat David.
Harsh words.
But the last time I beat Payson and David in the same match, I was with Jake.
That's true.
It's probably
that was Game of Faction, so it's non-canon. That doesn't count.
Right.
Last thing I'll say is just because I haven't sent in anything to Bone. Congratulations for winning, because I think everybody expected it to happen.
Well, we will make sure that Waterloo is available and ready to go for a back to formula match next season. So we'll see you guys next season, and we'll bring in the still reigning champions, Judgment City, Boatman, Jeremy, and Cam, their manager.
That
was a strong performance. Another perfect round one to throw on the pile for Kaleb Bowman. How are you guys feeling about the match?
I want to say first things first. Waterloo is busy that day, so they have a commitment already. Whatever day it was you were going to schedule that, they're busy that day. So
fair enough.
Anyways,
Yeah.
go off.
I'll start off by saying I'm very happy with how we played, and I think Jake and Mark played a good game. Yeah, at the end of the day, I am going to kind of push back on some things they said in the post-match because they're like, oh, well, the wheel was out to get them. Like, both teams got their worst two categories on the wheel. It just so happened that we did stronger in our worst categories than they did in theirs. At the end of the day, you can call out data questions in our categories. There were data questions in your guys' category that you missed. Like, I'm not trying to be like that, but if you're going to call it out, I want to respond to it. But overall, I think they're great players, and I think, it just kind of the way things – I think we just did really strong in our weaker categories. Like, that's the thing. Our round 2 and our round 4 were categories that maybe weaker is – categories that, they put on the wheel and that they wanted. So I think, we did really well in them as a team, I think. And that's the thing is we didn't get our best categories and look at how the match went. So I feel really good about that. I love playing with Jeremy. Like, it's just so great when I'm just blanking on something and he's just like, Adventures Bear Menchaca. Like, duh. Like, okay, go ahead. I have no idea. Go right ahead. Like, yeah, no, it's great. It's great to get both of us get our first team's title defense after both having individually held it. Both get that defense. And I'll admit, it's a little personally satisfying for that defense to be against Jake, since my first team's defense ever was against Jake Marangoni, and he and Michael squashed me and Sean, and that's how Jake and Michael went on their legendary all-timer run. And so it feels a little bit good to be on the other side of that.
Yeah, it was a tough match. I mean, like the classics questions were hard. Like, they were hard for us to steal. We didn't get our best categories, but I just think that's where the chemistry really kicked in, and that's what to be a championship team. It can't just be your two good players. You have to play well together, and I think strategic decisions we made with sports and then just individual things where Kaleb knew something that I didn't, and I knew something that he didn't. It gels when you're playing at a certain level, and I just feel like we didn't get the great luck and just swim into a knockout. Like, we had to really strategize and hunker in there, and there were a couple things that I missed that I shouldn't have, and I'm sure Kaleb feels the same way, but you just keep your head in the game and rely on that chemistry, and I feel really good about a win like that. Like, that's different than just we just sailed to a victory. Like, you really have to kind of knuckle out, because those guys are really good, and I knew they were going to do great in the deep cuts. Like, Mark is lights out in that, so I'm just really proud of how we played in some tough corners there.
And to, again, talk one last thing, like, no strengths were spun here. Both teams got two categories that were drafted onto this wheel by their opponents. This was a battle of general knowledge of how well do you know the things that the other team likes, but that aren't their strengths. And that's very odd, frankly, for a title match, but it happened.
Yeah,
And
I don't know if that's ever happened before.
Yeah. But yeah, it's wonderful playing with the Kaleb, and
you too, Jeremy.
Yeah, I have a long history with Jake, and I really respect the guy, and it was an honor playing him and Mark. I played them as a team in another league, and I have all the respect in the world for those guys, just like I did for Ginyu Force. So we're gonna keep doing this, keep trying to defend these things, and I'm sure more legends are gonna be coming for us, and we're gonna try to do what we did tonight. So,
speaking of potential legends coming down the pipe, is there anyone that you are hoping to see in the next defense potentially?
Well, I mean, isn't it? Isn't it Ginyu? Like they
Pretty sure it is. Yes.
It is
Yeah.
automatically.
I was trying.
But, okay, in
Okay.
a theoretical magical fairy world where it's not Ginyu Force,
if
they
both
would-
David
they
and
would love to
Jason are
play
somehow in like a
the-
car, like a explosion, and they can't play, then that was dark. But anyway, then it was dark. But then I don't know. I mean, I want to say some words about potentially playing David and Payson, but I will say, like, I think Bullets, I think, is a team with history that I think we haven't played yet that would be interesting to play. That's kind of who I expected to come down this pipeline, and they didn't. So yeah.
They want to play the best. We'll take the 1992 Olympic men's basketball team known as the Dream Team.
Absolutely. We will get people to play you. Yeah. Ginyu Force is on the way. All right. Thank you guys for playing, and congratulations for defending. So we will take out Cam, and we'll wrap this one up with a nice little bow. Thank you guys so much for tuning into Movie Melee. This has been a good one. So to everyone tonight, thank you to Boatman, thank you to Jeremy, thank you to Cam, thank you to Mark, thank you to Jake, thank you to Scott, thank you to Dylan. I have been Caleb, and this has been Movie Melee. We'll see you guys real soon with another great match.
Goodbye. Later.
After you, Junior. We'll always have Paris.
Bye-bye, boys.
Have fun storming the castle.
Think it'll work?
If it take a minute. Bye.